Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up to the moon? What's up, Barb? Good to see you, Gear. Crypto backer, Maba, offshore miner. Kanga, what's up, my man? Here, bro, what's going on? Async, what's up, man? Yeah, we chill with the night crew in here, man. Trade Intuition, my brother. How you doing? It's hard to say, Ligma. I mean, this looks like a pretty clean bearish break to me, but we'll have to see. I mean, if it can reclaim the range here, there's a possibility. I do like these wicks. It technically closed under, but it's hard to say, man. It's guilty until proven innocent again for sure. And we'll get into all this. We were talking about we kind of we're talking about a 4-hour breakup here after an SFP last week. Or even before that, but now we're getting it. What's up, Jen? Ondo Poncho, what's going on? What's up, Max? What's up, Jason? What's going on, Joey? DJ Mac, what's going on, man? Tamale, good to see you, bro. Still in a short from 126. Nice, bro. Yeah, I think Kyle gave out that short, right? Yeah, on the 15-minute bearish break right here. Oh, for 126. Dang, man. Nice. SFP trade, I guess. Nice. Short at the top, bro. What's up, Vegas Claw? Good to see you, bro. What's up, FOZ? Jenna, what's going on? Yo, Future, it's been a minute, man. It's good to see you back, bro. How you doing? What's up, Crypto Reaper? Otter Gang in the house, that's right. All right. This music is really loud in my ear. 1 second. Turn that down. All right. Back in the game. Yeah. Hope the newborn's doing well, man. Welcome back. All right, guys. So let's take a look at the price action. So we know that we're a little weary of this setup as we were coming up here. So we were talking about, now this is not to make you guys bearish, right? Because again, the 4-hour can break back bullish and we're right back in the races, right? But you know, prepared traders are profitable traders, so we do have to talk about everything. So there is the possibility here that we are getting a Wyckoff Model 1 distribution here with this break of structure here. So we were kind of talking about this for a while. If we don't get a clean break above like 128, how we kind of just SFP the highs here and then come back down and break the 4-hour bearish, which we have just done with the close of this low. That it is possible that this could be, it structurally looks like a distribution model, right? But that can change very easily if we break the 4-hour back bullish and we range up here and then we go, then this turns into a spring and it doesn't look so bad anymore, right? But it's just something to be aware of. So a lot of you guys are new here, so whenever we have days like this where we have a change in the 4-hour structure here, we do flip our outlook, right? So during all of this, after the break here, it was innocent until proven guilty. You can take all your 5-minute breaks. You can take your 15-minute breaks. You can make a bunch of money. You can leave runners. It's all fun to the upside, right? Well, that has changed for us now. So we have now broken bearish on the 4-hour, which is generally going to be your swing trading bias time frame. So it would be guilty until proven innocent now, right? So if you're taking longs, you understand you're just trying to look for the retracement before making a new low. Whereas if you're taking a short, then you can trust like your 5 minutes, your 15 minutes, etc. For like a long, I would want to see, 30-minute or 1 hour, basically, with this break of structure. So the question now is, what kind of retracement are we going to get before we go lower? Is it going to be like one of these where it just goes sideways and then down, right? Where you break 4-hour structure, you get a little bit of retracement, go lower, and then sideways and then down? Or are we actually going to get some sort of retracement here? There are a few levels that catch my eye here on the 4-hour. So we obviously have this order block supply here. It's the same with like previous lows as well. It looks like that's going to be confluent with like our golden pocket here. Yeah, like our golden pocket 786 here. So there's a lot of confluence up here. Put like a sell box here. Right? So if we do get some sort of retracement, what does that mean? That means that if we come up here, we are looking for a 15-minute structure break at the highs that we can put our stop loss behind, and we're looking to take this down TP1 and then leave a runner to a new low, right? Probably the spider line, right? Or this, or like 115, right? Or what is it? 118. It would be awesome if we can come back down and mitigate 118. The reason for that is because that would just make the model look so much better, right? You get a range, you initiate out of that range, you come back and mitigate, and then you continue up, right? This is generally what we'd look for whenever we have an accumulation range down here, and then we get a strong initiation out. So pullbacks are good. What does that do? It gives us a better risk reward as we go higher, and we can make more money, right? But don't fight the trend. The trend is your friend until the end, and the trend is down. So on the 4-hour, trend is down. So that's something to be aware of. So let's take a look at what's going on right now. So we had like a range deviation on the 5-minute structure here. So we broke our 5-minute back bullish here. We didn't really get much of an initiation out, but we did eventually break the lows of the structure here and then sweep the high and then break structure the downside again. Come back up, SFP the high. Yeah, this doesn't look too hot. So you break bearish here. And then you try to come back up. Oh, sorry, the lows. You don't actually SFP it. This would be your bullish break here. So if we don't break this, we're likely coming back to these lows. They didn't sweep liquidity in these lows before. Did they even sweep this one? No. So there's so much liquidity down here in these 3 lows. I would assume the price is probably going to come down and sweep these lows. If we're going to hold this range with this break of structure here, we would likely do it here or with an SFP. And that would be kind of at the spider line, right? Kind of like 121-ish. That would kind of give us a nice little accumulation model. 2 hits, break of structure, retest the order block at the bottom. So down here, you could look for structure breaks to take longs. But remember, you are just trying to get the retracement on the long, right? You're aggressively taking profit. You shouldn't be expecting to take it all the way to the week high because it's a strong high now, right? So we wouldn't expect to come here. We would expect to come to the week low first. Here. Let's talk about macro here, or at least midterm, right? So we were talking about these zones on the stream before. It would be great to come mitigate 118. And then another spot that I'm looking is this 4-hour order block right here. And that's going to be the area between 115 and 112,600. Let's see if that lines up with any of our, I believe it will, with any of our fibs here. We can take an impulse fib first. Yeah, then we can take a full fib. Yeah, so I really like, we're just going to go ahead and make this like a special box here. Shout out to Alex for the special boxes, right? So, yeah, I like this order block. I like that it's at the golden pocket. I also like just a previous demand tap. This would be equivalent to like what we did on the weekly when we came back to previous demand here and we just bounced off and made a new high, right? We eventually did end up coming back to the golden pocket, but it would be similar to this first bounce here, so we may get a nice reaction off of there. So these are definitely areas where we should set alerts at, right? So we grab the high here. Let's add an alert. Bitcoin hitting previous demand. And then let's grab our array here, set an alert. Bitcoin GP plus order block 4 hour. Right? And then that way you don't have to stare at the charts all the time. These alerts go off. What are you doing when these alerts go off? You're really looking for, like, I'd say a 15-minute structure. 1 hour is like amazing, but 15-minute structure, just because these areas are so key, right? So you're just trying to get a reaction out of these zones to catch the bottom. If we don't bounce from any of these zones, it starts to look a little ugly, especially if we don't bounce from 110, right? This is kind of like the last resort. It's the last unmitigated demand before, yeah, we'll mark that anyway. I doubt we'll drop this fast tomorrow, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, this would be kind of the last bet if we're not going to take this low. If we take this low, then things start to look ugly. Yeah, we don't want to lose this low, because then, yeah, then you're talking about like a weekly change of character. Okay, cool. So we want to see Bitcoin bounce at either 118, 115, or 110, or just hold this range, reclaim the range, and go. Because we're not really splitting hairs about this range deviation. And we did technically break structure here bullish on the 5-minute. Was that a golden pocket bounce? Yeah, so we did technically break structure here. Didn't get much of an initiation out, but we came down at the golden pocket. Yeah, and then you get a market structure break here, and you go. Yeah, I would still like to come lower, but like I said, if we would want to see a reclaim of 122, 190, and then we can probably come up to grab some of this liquidity in these highs. But if we don't break this, we're likely coming back down. Let's talk about this morning. So we were looking at this trade on the stream yesterday. The bounce from the order block in here. So we had a golden pocket in here. So on the stream yesterday, we were talking about coming down into this order block area and then getting a 5-minute break of structure. So that was this trade here. Of course, it happens at 3 a.m. while I am asleep, but you got a pretty nice reaction out of that. It led us up to our golden pockets on the from this move down, right? So I tried to catch this late using 15-minute structure at the highs here. Got long in here, and then got stopped out. It happens though. That's why we take 3 risks to reward, right? You can lose 3, win 1, and you're break even, right? Lose 2, win 1, and you're in profit. And then, yeah. So if you caught that 5-minute trade, nice. If you took the 15-minute with me, don't worry. We'll post another trade soon. Life goes on. Probabilities, guys. Awesome. So if you have any other questions on Bitcoin, go ahead and drop them in the chat here. And otherwise, if you guys have any coins you want me to look at, you guys can drop them in now. I'll do your altcoins. Look at it like a bearish PO3 on the 8-hour. Yeah, 3 drives at the highs. Yeah, break of structure. Well, you didn't break structure on the 8-hour, but I mean, you don't really have structure on the 8-hour until way down here. which is interesting. Yeah, that 118 level is looking pretty hot too. Yeah, guys, I would watch 118. 118 is looking good. But yeah, I see what you mean, bro. You have 3 drives at the highs, and then you break down. If you look at the 4 hour, you also have a Chong pattern, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Chinese Ching Chong. All right. Yes, that's correct, Sync. Yes, so you would look for shorts at above the 50% area of the range, right? So if you're looking at the 4 hour right now, and you grab like premium and discount here, right? We come up to our sell box. It's in the premium of the range. You look for, well, it's already on the chart here. Yeah, so you look for like a 5 or 15 minute breakup structure at the highs here, and then you look to take it down to the low to make a new low. $50 people in here, guys. Much love. Make sure you like the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. All right. Let's see what you guys want to look at. Looking too long XRP. Yeah, we can look at XRP. So XRP breaks the daily. No, it doesn't. It doesn't pull this. Okay. Interesting. So XRP is kind of ranging. It's been very range bound. But you get a 4 hour bear break on XRP. Actually, you haven't yet because these highs are all descending. You come back to demand here. I think we probably retest these lows, but we'll have to zoom in. Let's find something with structure. Did that take that? Oh, I wish that took that low. That would be so much better. Let's see. There's no 15-minute high here. Yeah, as much as I like the level here, I don't know how much I trust the way the structure looks, but. And if Bitcoin comes lower, this is going to come lower too. Let's see. Okay, so you're sitting at the golden pocket right now. Let's see, what's 30-minute look like? I really wish it took this low. That would give us such a better setup for structure. Okay, let me read your comment. Where were you looking at XRP? 284. Oh, so you were looking to long it if it sweeps this low. Yeah, I mean, I would much prefer this sweep the low, and I'll tell you why. Because you set a nice 30-minute high here, but you don't take the low. So, like, if this low had been taken here, like if this was an SFP, then we'd have like a perfect JPOW at a golden pocket, and I'd be screaming to you guys to long this if this breaks. But right now, the problem is to break the 30-minute bearish, you have to come all the way up here, which is possible, right? But it doesn't really help us as market structure traders, because if you come up here, your stop loss is way down here. It doesn't give us a nice risk to reward. Whereas if we sweep the low, reclaim the range, and then break the high, I mean, this stop loss to target even just here is good, right? But to target up here, it's great. So I would say wait for actionable structure on XRP. Let's see what other levels we could possibly go to. So this has been mitigated. I would say the next area that I'd be looking at is going to be this area of unmitigated demand here. And let's mark that out. and then we'll market this current range. Okay, so if we don't bounce here and we just continue dropping lower, we'd watch for the SFP of this low. If we don't SFP it, I would expect a reaction here, right? A reaction, not necessarily the reaction. But if you're watching like 30-minute structure here and you get a nice little actionable bit of structure in this area here, similar to what we're looking for here, right? Either one of these setups, I would take targeting here, right? Well, the 4 hour is actually bullish on this, so you could target up here, but I would take profit here based on Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin's in a downtrend, these will likely follow. But yeah, to come up to here. So I really like your thinking of 284 because you want to see actionable structure. I would say it's not quite ready yet. I mean, yes, you have a golden pocket, but unless you want to set your stop loss way down here, and I mean, you would have to be in a swing trade for that. And if that's your style, then it makes sense. It's in a 4 hour uptrend, right? But yeah, if you want a better stop loss, I would wait for actionable structure. So either a sweep of this low at 284 or a market structure break coming out of an SFP here or a balance off demand here. And if you guys have any questions when we're going through this analysis, just make sure that you let me know, because I know I talk fast and there's a lot of new people here, and a lot of people here have been going over the structure stuff with me for a long time, so get used to talking really quick. Okay, Hype and Sui. Yeah. Did Hype cool off a little bit from when we looked at it yesterday? Did Hype take the low? So the fact that these altcoins aren't taking the low is interesting to me. You get a fake out here on 30-minute. Let's take a look here. Okay, so Hype has come down to this 4 hour order block that we were looking for it to reach. It swept the liquidity in this low, which is nice. What kind of structure do we have here? Okay, so if we're gonna go on Hype, this is kind of the trade that I would look for. I would look for, this is gonna be kind of weird. Whoa. Alright, come on. Okay, I would look for a break above 46.55. So a break above this. And then mitigation, probably back into this range, right? Range, initiate, mitigate, continuation. And then your stop loss would go under this low. And you'd be looking to get in here. And your target, your first target would likely be these lows. That's about a 2 to 1. And then you can leave a runner up to like these areas here. But no longs until we break this high, because we're just bearish on the 15-minute and we're likely targeting this low. Let's look at our 4 hour. So we break the 4 hour. Break the 4 hour bearish here. And then we sweep the high, and then we come down. So current 4 hour high is up here. So if we're looking on the short side here, so locally, I like a short from where we are right now off the 15-minute, but we are kind of in a key level right now. So more patient trade would be waiting for kind of this break and retest to happen, and then shorting a 15-minute break here at the golden pocket supply level here, around like 40, 48. And then your target would be this low. Yeah, what is our local range here? Golden pocket 786. So this is generally where we would expect this to get rejected if it's going to come back to the lows. So definitely don't long it here. If we lose 45.29, we're likely coming down to these lows. That's what I see on hype. Wait for this to break, buy a pullback to aim here, and then if you get here, look for a 15-minute break to aim back down here. Assuming that Bitcoin's continuing up. Yeah, let's look at Sui. Yeah, so you're looking at that same trade as Bitcoin on here. Sui just continued down after bouncing from the decision block here. Okay. Let's start over on this here. So we have broken the 4-hour bearish on Sui as well after we get a SFP and then a break of structure here. My idea is the same. I still like coming back here if we can. Follow the demand chain. Let's see, is that our... Yeah, look at that. So yeah, I would say you have a pretty good buy level here. So you'd be looking for shorts on any sort of retracement from this. So if we grab our range here, we have some supply here. What are we hitting right now? Little 15-minute order block. Yeah, I mean, I like this setup. The problem is we're in a 4-hour downtrend, right? So it's guilty until proven innocent now. So generally, if this was on the 1 hour, I'd like it a lot more. But you can definitely scalp this up to like the next short if we do break it. So that would be... The problem is like these are more likely to fail than not since we're in a 4-hour downtrend. But if we come above 348 and Bitcoin's looking good, the risk to reward here is pretty good. It's like 5 cents risk to come up to... Have like 10 cents. It's like a 2 to 1. But in terms of the short side, I do like this order block, but I kind of count that as a little mitigated. We'll look at... Is that our golden pocket? Yeah. Yeah, on the short side, I would like to see a 15-minute structure break coming out of here. So if we do something like this, you put your stop here, and you're targeting these lows. And whatever guards we have along the way, we'll look at. But generally, definitely if you're taking a long, you would want to pay yourself at 360. Because, like, the patient swing traders are looking to buy here. Right? So... Right. And Sui loves to do this. It loves to... Oh, that's why we're bouncing here. Bouncing from this range. Yeah, I could see a little bit of a retracement. But you have to break this high first. You have to break 348. Oh, what's up, Alex? Good to see you, bro. Okay. Man, when this breaks, this is going to be like a JPOW on the weekly. It's internal, but it's still very nice. Yeah, that's kind of what I see. Patience on Sui. You can take this scalp if you close 15 minute above 348. Aggressively take profit at 360 and then look to short it back down. That's what I see. This is not a bad looking bottom though. Good old ETH. Yeah, we can take a look at ETH. Interesting. Hold on. Look at that fake out. Breaks the downtrending momentum and then just falls back below. Well, this is not the break of structure anymore. The 4-hour break of structure is here, which ETH has also broken bearish, right? So guilty until proven innocent. Any sorts of retraces you're looking for a short. If we come up to these lows, you're looking for a very aggressive short, right? Targeting the low again. It is similar to Bitcoin. This is a range deviation, so it is possible that this is like a liquidity sweep, but you want to err on the side of safety, right? So you want to be like, unless Bitcoin is decisively breaking up, we would assume that this would fail rather than go higher. Where are we looking to come here? I mean, there's a lot of liquidity in here. I would say probably this decision block if we come that low, which would be... Man, these retracement levels are lining up really good with fibs here. Yeah. I would say a really good area of interest here on ETH is going to be this decision block here. Did this already get mitigated? Hold on. It could come down to the 786. It just depends on Bitcoin, but you will see some sort of reaction here. Yeah, these coins, they look okay, but I really don't. I don't like this pattern. This looks like the kind of like snake dumps that you get on Bitcoin, right? Where you get like this descending structure and then you pull the high just a little bit and then the rug show just comes. So it's definitely something to be aware of, especially with like the way that 4-hour structure breaks, like kind of what we were talking about on Bitcoin. When we look at the 4-hour structure, right? We get these breaks, and then we get this sideways chop. Okay, this is kind of like a snake dump here, right? Breakout, fake out, and then just dump it, right? And you break here, right? You sideways, and then dump, right? So even like the 6-hour example here, the bigger one, right? You break bearish sideways, and then you dump. So just definitely be aware of that, guys. Like, be very careful on the longs. The setups look good, yeah, but we do have to be a little bit careful. Yeah, so if you want a long ETH, you're looking for ETH to come above 45.16, and then you're looking for some sort of retrace to make it worth it. And then your target would be these lows right here. If you're looking to short ETH, you're looking here, 46.38. Although it may just come up to this resistance line and then dump. I would say if you really want to like scalp ETH long, you want to see it break You want to see it break like 45, 40. So if it does something like this and then comes down, I would be a lot more keen on buying this to come here, right? Because that's like a 3-to-1. It's not a bad trade to here, but if it just comes like up to this resistance, it comes back down. I've seen this pattern so many times. Just be very careful. Okay. Can I look at Bitcoin and gold? Yeah, I can definitely look at Bitcoin and gold. Okay, render? Yeah, let's look at render. Okay. I like where render came to. This is the 15-minute though. Let me zoom out. Yeah, I like this level. I like this level because it gives us like a nice little Wyckoff here. Yeah, this looks weak on Market Cipher even. It's starting to gap already, starting to get downward curvature. Again, if you want to be bullish on this, you want to see 342 break. I do like this level though, so maybe we come like grab the liquidity in one of these lows here. Right? But yeah, if you see any like 15-minute break in here, like if we come lower and break, or if we manage to come up here and break, it would be worth taking a shot long on. But on the short side, I'd be looking at like these lows. If we come up and then break like 15-minute, coming back here. Just be careful, guys. A lot of bearish 4-hour charts. Alex, you bought some render today? Yeah, I can see why, man. This is a very attractive level. Look at that daily too. Man, starting to gap too on the RSIs here on the daily. Money coming in, momentum fake out. Not bad. Yeah, I would just look for a 15-minute break in here if you wanna get long on this. XPL? Yeah, I don't think I've ever looked at this. Oh, actually I have. Okay. A long time ago. This thing did not work out on the way down here. Let's see. So we did come back to demands like we were looking for. So this actually is under bullish 4 hours. So The problem is, again, this looks very, very snake-like, right? If Bitcoin's going to dump, this thing's probably going to dump. Money's aggressively coming out. It didn't come above the range deviation either. As much as I like this, especially it looks like it's at the golden pocket right now. Yeah, with the current environment and what Bitcoin looks like, I wouldn't want to be trading this coin. Like nothing stands out as to why you trade this over something else right now. If you're just holding this, it makes sense to buy here, right? Because you get range, initiation, mitigation, continuation. But if you're trading it, I would rather see the 4 hour come up and make a new high, initiate out of this range, and then go. It looks like a nice rounded bottom, but it looks too snaky for me. If you got into the trade like down here, yeah, I mean it does look good. I will tell you. The main thing that's giving me caution is Bitcoin. This does look like RMC. It hit the demand we were looking for. It's not terrible, man. But I'm not really going to give you a trade on this right now. I'm not really confident on this. If Bitcoin's going to go down, this very easily can just come swipe and come to like this demand. But it looks okay. BNB. Dude, BNB has been the silent killer. This thing is going crazy. Palm City, man. It's hard to trade this, right? I mean, you could have got in on this 4 hour break here, stop loss under here, and you're riding it up. But right now, I mean, it is under bullish structure. It's on bullish structure on everything above like the 15 minute, right? So you lose 15 minute here, but then you just come back up. Is this like a 618 here? Yeah, I mean, you could aggressively take shorts here, but I wouldn't really advise it because literally the only bearish time frame is the 15 minute. So it would be valid to take like this 15-minute break here. But I don't short rockets. I don't short rockets. That's how you become rocket fuel. So yeah, you're kind of in the premium of the range here. So if you break the 15-minute bearish here, like if you come down here and then you set up and get a bullish break here, you could take that to target up here because every time frame on this chart is bullish except for the 15. So if you break, well, yeah, except for the 15 because it's slow. This would all be internal actually. Yeah. I don't really have a trade for you on BNB. This thing has gone up like crazy. Like, unless you're holding a trade from down here, this is risky. Grass? Yeah, you can look at grass. Yeah, this is definitely. I mean, this coin went like straight up and then straight down. It's a really nice bottom here on the 4-hour. Initiate, mitigation, and continuation. But now it's just making this ugly sideways pattern. Kind of, I mean, you could say it was like rounding out a bottom, but I don't like it. This just looks like bearish consolidation. Yeah, I mean, your 12-hour break is up here. This chart would look better to me if you come up and close above here and then mitigate. So if you're able to do this and then mitigate, it would look a lot better for when you go higher. I don't think a 4-hour break is enough right now because we SFP'd this once and we're coming down. So if you want to trade grass, I would say be patient. And if 96.20 breaks, then or 96.40. If 96.40 breaks, then you can look to get long on a retrace. That's on like a swing trade though. Otherwise, I think it just comes back and comes to this low. That's kind of all I got for you on this. This is leverage chop fest right now. Look at cake. Yeah, sure. Nice. So you do have a weekly high here, which is nice that we swept here. Yeah, I mean, this looks good right now. I mean, it's like at the highs right now. It's not really tradable, but if you're looking to long it, I mean, you can just ride 1-hour structure up until 1-hour structure breaks. So if we come down here, let's see what time frame we've actual structure on. So 5-minute. So if you get a 5-minute break at the golden pocket area here, you can look to ride that back up to this week high, and that could turn into a runner if we initiate out on the weekly. It's kind of all I would advise now because we are under bullish structure on all the high time frames. It's just riding it up. If the 1-hour breaks these lows, then you might get a bit of a correction. But yeah, I would just look for a 5-minute market structure break on this. That has a good risk to reward to the highs. If you break this one, I already faked you out here. No, that's SFP. You're good. Yeah, I would be looking at the golden pocket here for a move back to the highs. But this is low liquidity, so be very careful. Yeah, Alex, it's awesome, man. Thanks, bro. Yeah, 1K subs would be cool. Can I look at Sol? Yeah, let me look at Bitcoin Gold for Andrew here. Yeah, you got the bearish break here on Bitcoin Gold, and then we started getting this correction here. I do like where we came back to. I like this area better. But really, yeah, this bearish break on Bitcoin Gold definitely is not a range deviation. So that spells a little bit of caution for the USD pair here. But really, at this point, you're just looking for the 4-hour to break back bullish. And we can start looking at some bottoming indications. But yeah, this looks bad, man. I like 29.90, bro. Keep an eye on that. It's also like a retest of this downtrend line. We'll see. All right, it's been an hour, guys. I'm gonna look at Sol for Tommy, and then we're probably gonna call it there. Okay, so on Sol, so we hit our sell box. We got our bearish 4-hour break here. We come down. I still like retesting this decision block here. So like 214 to 267. You said you're scalp short since 223. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think you're chilling. I mean, as long as you don't get a close above 224. You have this 224 resistance line above you as well. But I think you should take profit around like 214 if we come down here. This would be where I would start looking for structure changes to the upside. Maybe as low as like 210, but I think you're good on that short, man. As long as you don't come above 224 decisively, you should be fine. Target 1, of course, is the previous lows. Because it hasn't had the 12-hour break yet, gear, and also all of the lows are cascading higher, building liquidity. It's like a bear flag, right? So when it breaks, it snaps through all the liquidity. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. 50 people watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hitting the like button. As always, guys, my name is Wave Cipher. Much love. Trade safe. Wave Cipher out. I'll see y'all in the Discord, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.